What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Bofina1 bringing you guys in another YouTube video, and today I want to talk about Saitama. And pretty much, I know a lot has been going on in the crypto world, and the market has been, very volatile. It's been more down than anything. Bitcoin, has at the time of recording this video, it was under 50,000. And I know a big question a lot of people have is there's a lot of hype around various coins, particularly Saitama. I've talked about it a little bit on this channel, and I just kind of wanted to give my 2 cents of why I'm still holding. I know that's a big question a lot of people have. Am I still holding, or just in general, like the holders, are they getting a little nervous? Are they starting to have a little FUD? Whatever the case is. And for me, I'm still holding. I'm a firm believer of Saitama. I believe the whole overall, the goal or the roadmap, what they're trying to do. I know there was recently an AMA Russ was on earlier this morning. It was like 10 o'clock Central Time. And I feel like he did a really good job clearing up a lot of the FUD. As we can see on their site, their CERTIC audit is 78% done. But actually, from what he said in the AMA, the CERTIC audit was actually, it's been completed. They already got their report back, stating what's minor and supposedly very minor changes that they've already fixed. It's really now just a waiting game of, CERTIC pretty much putting all the pieces together, all the paper, whatever last fine things they need to do, and then that's it. So really, Saitama is probably going to drop. I don't 100% know. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball, but I believe Saitama is going to drop, between now and probably end of this year. So like, I'm thinking maybe before Christmas, or the latest, like Christmas Day or day before, whatever the case is. And just the overall, what that coin, like what that team, the transparency. I love the fact that, Russ and the team have been on a lot of AMAs. For those of you who have Twitter, a lot of them have been on various Twitter spaces, talking about, the project, the marketing. They were just at the fight, the Gervonta Davis fight, marketing, and that's huge. And I think a lot of people didn't really understand how big of a deal that is. Like, you could have the best recipe, you could have the best clothing brand, whatever the case is, but if nobody knows about it, it doesn't matter. And so to me, that's like step one. That was a big deal. That was a big fight. That fight, to actually see it, was like $77 or like $80, $80. That's pretty big. Mayweather, like it's a big deal. It's all a big deal. And then, like I said, once Saitama, the app launches, you'll be able to transfer your Saitama tokens over there. You'll be able to buy other tokens. You'll be able to stake your Saitama. They're gonna have educational stuff where people, they're teaching people about financial literacy, which is a lot of what a lot of people don't know about. I think that's all good stuff. And then Russ also mentioned that in the AMA today that, early next year, 2020, they're planning to get the metaverse going. They want to be one of the first, if not the first, token, development team to have a fully run, metaverse. That's a big deal, So like me, I'm stacking up because right now the price is down. And what you guys also have to remember, and you have to think about it, like there's a lot of manipulation that goes on in the market, stock market, crypto market, all that stuff, right? You have to kind of think about the time of the year. It's end of the year, so a lot of people, they want to, sell some profits, take some profits right now because it's end of the year, so, tax season's right around the corner. Some people also want to take some profits, because it's Christmas time. They want to go see their family. They want to have money to buy presents, gifts, all that. So you have to kind of take all of that into consideration, the time of the year, why the market might be dropping a little bit, all that, And with everything, Bitcoin had reached all-time highs. Like, it has to pull back. From an investment standpoint, I look at this, never financial advice. As always, do your own due diligence. But you have to think about it like, okay, maybe I didn't get a chance to get in, at this price. I thought maybe I missed the wave, whatever the case is. Well, now is a good time to probably get into some of, Saitama or any other coins that you're into. So for me, I'm in the billions. I got billions of tokens. I'm still adding more and more and more because I believe in it long term. And especially if you're someone, you got it on like Uniswap, like these decentralized applications, those reflections, 2% reflections, it may not sound like a lot, but that's 2% reflections for every buy, sell, all that. So over time, if you think about it, as the price goes up, as more people get into it, you know, and you were like an early investor, like now, you know, really early before, you know, a lot of people got in on it, you know, you'll be able to live off of just your reflections. Like, that's what people don't realize. Saitama is doing something that I haven't quite seen any other like cryptocurrency try to do. It's very unique. So I'm looking at this as a long term. Like, this is something that they're going to change the crypto space, as well as this is something that can create generational wealth for not only you, but your family, you know, your kids, kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, because think about like Bitcoin, right? All this stuff that people are saying now is a lot of the same stuff people said when Bitcoin first released. You know, they saw Bitcoin, you know, it's a scam. It wasn't going to be nothing. You know, I think we came out with 2009, whatever. Bitcoin was like 0.0017. Imagine if you had just put $100 in Bitcoin back then, 2009. You would be a trillionaire. Like, you would have generational wealth. Like, so that's how I feel about Saitama. You know, I feel like this is not just a coin. It's actually something that is trying to better the overall cryptocurrency eco space. I love the transparency of the team. I love what they're trying to do with Saitama, the metaverse, you know, the marketing. I just like how accessible they are. Like I said, for them to be in Twitter spaces, talking to people and you know, the chats, and, you know, I mean, like, that's a big deal. Like, and the fact that you got to think about it, they just released what, like 6 months ago? Hasn't even been 6 months, and we're already over 250,000 holders. That's a big deal. So imagine when all this other stuff drops, the price is going to go up, you know. All the stuff with Bitmart, you know, them buying back liquidity for their platform, that's going to bring the price up. You always gonna have people FOMOing in. It's going to be a big deal. Like, but a lot of you guys have to get to the point where, you know, you have to understand that all this stuff takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. Like, look at Facebook, look at, you know, Microsoft, Amazon. You know, it doesn't happen overnight. I think a lot of people want overnight success, and it just doesn't happen. Like, but don't get me wrong, in the crypto space, you can make good money in a short amount of time. Like I said, look at the people that invest into Shiba a year ago. You know, the guy that put, I think it was like $150. He came out making like 14 point something million dollars. He had to wait like 6 months. It traded sideways and didn't do anything, and then boom, it took off. Same thing with Saitama. Saitama actually took off more in less than 6 months, but I'm saying you got to give it time. The other thing, not financial advice, but a lot of y'all be investing y'all money that you really cannot afford to lose. I get it. You know, you're like, oh, this is the wave. This is the wave. You know, it's going to take off. I get it. I feel the same way. I'm trying to put as much as I can as well, but I'm not going to over leverage myself, meaning I'm not going to put more in than I can afford to lose. I'm not going to put bill money in. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to put extra money I have. Like, let's say, for example, you know, maybe you like going out with your friends every weekend. I don't know, maybe you spend $50, $100, you know, I don't know how much you spend. Well, maybe you say, okay, I'm not going to go out a couple weekends because I want to invest in something. There's nothing wrong with that, because that's money that you were going to spend anyway. But the reason why I think people freak out so much in the market is because I think people tend to put a lot of money in that they really is not their discretionary cash. It's not money that they can afford to lose. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Saitama. Little insight why I'm still holding, or, you know, why I believe in the overall goal. And yeah, so if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll chat with you later. Peace, Fan Army.